I'm Prue Griffiths, and I'm part of Root and Branch Productions, and we are putting on a play called Respectable Wedding by Bertolt Brecht, and it's translated by Rory Bremner, the comedian.
Right, cool.
And I'm Julie Root. I'm an actress, done quite a lot of work in Manchester, been here for the ADP sessions, taken part in the JB Shorts, been to see the Manchester Fringe, but never actually performed at the Fringe.
Right.
So we thought it would be the ideal place for this new company to air their work.
So this is the first production that you've both put on together?
Yeah.
Cool.
It is, yeah. So we're actually 2 of 9. There's 9 people in the cast.
Right.
So it's quite a big cast. And the thing about Root and Branch that I think is quite interesting is that our ages range from kind of 20 right up to 70. 24 to 70. So the 6 of us, and it kind of gives us a real wealth of experience and skills, doesn't it? And we get lots of different perspectives from people on what we're doing, you know. So that's I think one of the great things about the company, isn't it?
Yeah, totally. So how did you well, let's backtrack a bit. How did you decide to form your own company? Like, what are your own personal histories with theatre, and why now, I guess?
Well, I taught drama for 30 years.
Right. Where at?
At high schools.
Right.
And I'd always wanted to act. And the idea when I finished my training was that I was going to do a couple of years teaching and then try, to do professional acting. And of course, once I got a paid check every month, whatever, and got married, got a mortgage, had children, it all, they sort of disappeared, I suppose. Except that, I really enjoyed the teaching, and I worked with some really superb students. One of whom is Lena Headey. I don't know if you know Lena Headey, who's in Game of Thrones, and various other people who act. So I got a lot of pleasure from that. So when I retired in 2010, I thought, right, this is it. And I was encouraged by my daughter-in-law, who's an actress. And so started, doing all sorts of things, films, role play, site-specific theatre, all sorts of different things. And then I was in a production last year of In Flame, which was on at the Salford Arts Theatre and Oldham. And it was a new company, and it just started to make me think, well, perhaps I can do this, perhaps, I can get together with people and we can set up our own company so that we can do the sort of work, that we're particularly interested in. And I think you had similar ideas, didn't you?
Yeah, pretty similar. I think we just all like the idea of doing our own thing, and creating something sort of together from scratch. So my background is I always wanted to act, and I've always acted at school and all that sort of thing. But I didn't do the drama school route, and I've always had, not worked in it. I don't work in it kind of full time at all, But I've been doing various things. Last year, for example, I was in the Mystery Plays in York, which was at York Minster for the first time. Which was just a kind of an amazing experience. It was a cast of like 150 people, and it was directed by fantastic directors, directed at the RSC, and it just made me feel like I wanted to do more acting and have different experiences. So that was one of the things that kind of spurred me on.
And we had the taste of being a company with the Shakespeare.
Yes, and so a few of us who were involved in Root and Branch put on a production of kind of Shakespeare in the Park. Right. So it was excerpts from 6 well-known Shakespeare plays that we did in the park in Huddersfield, which is where we're based. And it was like a promenade performance, and it was just really exciting, and loads of people turned up, even though it rained a lot. And I think that gave us a taste for doing our own thing as well.
Yeah. And I think with Shakespeare, it just gets everybody out, doesn't it? Feel like regardless, because everybody's got some frame of reference to go with, whether it's watching it or otherwise.
And quite a few people said to us, people don't really come to see Shakespeare. I think loads of people came.
I think we get more for Shakespeare than probably any other. obviously, really, when you think about it.
It was brilliant. And kids and all sorts of people, you know, it was great. And even when it was throwing it down with rain.
They got their umbrellas,
Max.
All part of the I suppose that kind of brings us to your current production, because probably one of the only playwrights as well regarded as Shakespeare is Brecht.
Yeah.
And for kind of the same reasons, really. So can you tell us how you decided to pick this play in particular?
It was Joe.
It was Joe, yeah.
A member of the company, Joe Geddes, who's just finishing his masters.
Just finished it last year.
He was supposed to be coming today, and then he couldn't get off work, unfortunately, or couldn't get cover. But he directed it when he was 19. He's had a passion for this play, and he just thought it would be a good piece for us to do as our first piece, you know, as the company, because it had got a lot of roles, so and for different ages as well, so that as many of us as possible, could actually perform in the first.
I've always been to great weddings. Everyone's been to an awful wedding. Everyone knows that feeling of awkwardness you can get at weddings.
Embarrassment.
I just think, like, oh my goodness, this really isn't that great.
It's like funerals and weddings seem to cause real family breakups and.
So this play, so there's all of that in it. It's very funny, and it kind of pokes fun at the social niceties of a wedding. So it's a really fun piece to do. And it's funny, and it's about an hour long, and I think the audience is really fast paced. And I just think it's going to be a real winner for an audience. I think the audience won't be able to help but
get involved
in it. Really. It's a good fun piece, but it's of course brilliant writing because it's Brecht, and it's been translated by Rory Bremner, so it's really vibrant and funny, isn't it?
And contemporary.
So they're all so the play starts with them all round the table, isn't it? And
they're having the reception.
They're having the reception
at the bride and groom's home.
Yes. And it sort of unfolds from there, really. So you've got the father of the bride who's telling long, boring stories that go on and on and slightly embarrassing people. You've got the friends saying embarrassing stories. And it all just starts
You've got the sister who's large, who's older. Well, we're playing her as being older than the bride, the sister, who's jealous of her younger sister being in the limelight, the centre of attention. So she does outrageous things that we won't spoil.
No, I don't want to say too much. And then there's a wife and husband, and I play the wife, who are just not a great example of married
bliss.
And it also starts off with the kind of lovely food and all the kind of. Judy plays the mother of the groom, so she's very kind of proud of all this and wanting it to be very respectable and it just all gradually disintegrates.
Also, the groom has decided that he's wanted to make their furniture by hand. You know, he's decided that that's something, and he gets up really early in the morning and make, to make this furniture, and it's a bit disastrous.
So, how have you kind of brought your own experiences to your characters?
Well, mine is because she's very overprotective of her son and wants the best for her son. I find that very easy because I've got 3 sons, and there's a bit of, no girl will ever be good enough for my son. So there's a lot of that, and I think it's a big, what's the word, milestone in a way, when it's her only child and he's fleeing the nest for good. You get the feeling that he probably lived with his mum before.
She's super
so she wants everything to be just right, and so if anything starts to go wrong, she gets very upset about it all. We want to try and find good material, or even in the future create our own for women, good meaty roles for women, and women of my age and Lynn.
I mean, it's a well-known, people talk about that a lot, and when I've spoken to directors and people in the business, but they say, well, go and do your own thing then, or there's one way around that, go and do your own thing. And that was one of my motivating factors, I think. It was like, right, well, let's then.
Throw the goal.